In Peacock.
You never know what's going to happen next.
You got this!
AGT Fantasy League, tonight on
Live, local, and trusted. KNOP News 2 at 6 starts now.
Some big developments for an 82-year-old McCook woman found guilty of murder in 2020. A growing concern for hospitals across Nebraska. Lack of staffing and financial issues are big problems. And the Lincoln County Board of Commissioners looking at legislative bills and how they impact the county. A growing number of bills provide a challenge in keeping up with how they affect the area. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Kent Winder. In the state of Nebraska, all legislature bills that are proposed must have a fiscal note attached. Now, these fiscal notes help the legislature decide if they want to support the bill or go against the bills that are being presented. The county has seen a massive increase in the number of requests, which is a significant change from the previous years. The workload was pretty heavy, so
today, and that sunshine making it feel even warmer. Still into the lower 50s at North Platte and Imperial, near 50 out toward Ogallala, Alliance, and Scottsbluff. And we got to mid-40s, cool spots out toward Broken Bow and Valentine. There's your wind, mainly northwesterly. Wind speeds right now between 5 and 15 miles per hour. That northwesterly flow is pretty dry across the entire viewing area. We do have mainly clear skies, and that'll be the story going through this evening, staying mild over the next few hours into the 40s. As we make our way past 9 p.m., we'll fall back through the 30s, still staying mainly clear. Now, as we make our way through the next few days, we're going to keep the sunshine and those temperatures well above average, and we are expecting a system coming through this weekend that will be mainly rain. Well, the details on that coming up later in the newscasts. Kent?
Thank you, Justin. And now to a story we've been following. The United States Postal Service announcing earlier this month consolidation plans that would move the mail processing center to Denver if approved. In a notice released on January 10th, the Postal Service said it's evaluating if mail service would be more efficient if processing were to be transferred to Denver. The reviews, which began in July, are part of a $40 billion National Postal Service investment strategy over 10 years to downsize sorting stations across the country. We spoke with Lori Brogue, who did not want to be on camera, and said, quote, "I feel like moving the distribution center will move too many jobs out of our area, and I think it is a horrible idea," end quote. The notice also says it will take between a month or two to assemble the initial findings of the review. Public input meeting will be held if the facility review supports the business case for change to the facility's processing operations. If you would like to participate in the public comment period, a link is on our website. And today, the Nebraska Hospital Association sounded the alarm, saying during a Zoom meeting that inadequate Medicaid rates combined with significant medical inflation and below-cost Medicare rates have forced some hospitals in the state to eliminate or reduce needed services. Jeremy Nordquist, president of the Nebraska Hospital Association, says Nebraska hospitals are now at the point where they are running a negative margin, an obstacle hospitals in the Good Life have not encountered since the pandemic and subsequent coronavirus response.
8 months after the public health emergency ended, we've seen an uptick. More of our hospitals are running a negative margin than they were just a quarter or two before. And what's driving that? We're seeing largely labor costs, a big part of what's driving our hospital financial challenges.
Nordquist adds that hospitals across the state are reporting an increase of anywhere from 25 or 30% in cost of labor over the last few years. Nordquist will join us tonight at 10 for a deeper dive into the issue. And for 50 years now, the last week in January has been dedicated as an annual celebration of Catholic education in the nation. In Lincoln County, parochial education in the Catholic tradition dates back to 1891 with the establishment of the Nativity Convent School. That would go on to become McDade Elementary in 1916, with expansion to the high school level in 1954 with the establishment of St. Patrick's High School. Today, North Platte Catholic Schools provides education to hundreds of students from the preschool level all the way through high school.
Catholic schools are an important part of our community, important part of every community. Whereas the North Platte Catholic Schools provide a substantial contribution to the moral integrity of our community by keeping viable the right to freedom of religion, respect for law, and for authority. And whereas the Catholic schools in North Platte constitute a vital part of our city's overall education program, by serving the educational needs of some 400 elementary and secondary school students.
In addition to education, educating hundreds of students, North Platte Catholic School supplies dozens of jobs, 10 of which are comprised of former students, including a pair of administrators. And a new business has blossomed in North Platte. If you like tattoos and piercings and a place of belonging, then, well, this place is for you. 9 Line Body Art Studio held their grand opening today. The artists were surrounded by food, friends, and family.
It's like a big family. Like, some of the clients are here now. We don't treat it as a paycheck. You know, we want you guys to come back. We want you to feel like it's home and not just a place to get service. We want the relationship building.
Owner Sabrina Miranda wants the community to know that there was a previous owner in their location underneath a different name, 9 Line Body Art Studios, under new management, and is ready to build fun, lasting relationships. And today was the commutation hearing for Lavetta Langdon, the 82-year-old McCook woman who was convicted and sentenced for killing her husband back in 2020. Her family and attorney have been pleading with the state for years. They say she endured years of abuse at the hands of Mr. Langdon. Well, today there was a major breakthrough at that hearing. It was a successful hearing for Lavetta Langdon's family, thanks to the Board of Pardons, Secretary of State, Governor, and the Attorney General. The mother and grandmother, one step closer to freedom.
He would be eligible for parole consideration today. Effective today. Is that correct? That's correct.
Starting today, Lavetta Langdon is now eligible for parole. Last month, the Pardons Board denied Ms. Langdon's hearing. Governor Jim Pillen stated that they did not have sufficient information to make a decision. But today, after a compelling statement from Lavetta Langdon's attorney, Brian Davis, the board sped up her eligibility for parole, which she would not have been able to do for the next 13 months.
For myself, it was a flood of relief, overjoyed. Just ecstatic. I can't imagine what my mom's gonna feel when she hears. Not sure which one of us will get to tell her the news, but yeah.
Earlier today, Lavetta Langdon's daughters were able to tell their mother the news in an emotional phone call. You can hear Ms. Langdon thanking her family for sticking beside her after all the years of fighting for her freedom. Coming up next, it is that time of the year, tax season, and the IRS is now accepting returns, and now people in 12 states are using a new program to help prepare those taxes. That's next on News 2.
Victims of mesothelioma and their families may be entitled to receive a cash award from the estimated $30 billion in asbestos trust funds now available. Over $50 billion has been awarded already. If you have been diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by asbestos, call the number on your screen now. We have served victims of mesothelioma and their families nationwide for over 30 years. We have successfully recovered hundreds of millions of dollars for thousands of our clients. Even if a family member has passed due to mesothelioma, you may still be entitled to a cash award. So call now for your free evaluation. We want to help victims of mesothelioma and lung cancer, and your families get the financial compensation you deserve from the estimated $30 billion in trust funds now available. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call 1-800-825-4635 now or visit us at mesofund.com.
Save big money with these hot deals at Menards. All prices after rebate. Complete your projects with this flexible putty knife. Free after rebate. This kitchen faucet is only $39.99. Plus, a bottle of wood glue is $2.99. Get to work with this LED shop light. Only $5.99. These hot deals won't last long. Hurry before time runs out. Sign up for Menards emails to get more hot deals. Plus, the weekly flyer right to your inbox.
Save big money at Menards.
This is my new best friend, Esther. She might look like any normal, playful puppy, but Esther's being raised to become a Canine Companions for Independence assistance dog for a person with a disability. To get there, she needs lots of loving care and attention, plenty of exercise, and good eating habits so that she can live a long and healthy life for her future family. And she needs to spend tons of time socializing, learning basic commands like sit and stay. and taken to fun places with lots of distractions so that she can learn to cope in every situation. All of this will prepare Esther for more professional training to become a real assistance dog and a life helping a person with a disability to live more independently. Are you ready to open your heart and home for 18 months to a puppy like Esther? To find out more about becoming a canine companion for Independence Puppy Raiser or about other volunteer opportunities, visit cci.org or call 1-800-572-BARK. Raise a puppy, change a life. You can make a world of difference in the life of a person with a disability.
Would you and your loved ones recognize the 10 signs of stroke? Anybody's at risk for stroke, and it can happen to anyone anytime.
I didn't think this could happen to me.
I was only 39.
If you suspect stroke, call 911 immediately.
The day I suffered a stroke, my wife recognized the signs and took action.
The day I suffered a stroke, my husband didn't wait for my symptoms to disappear.
Can you recognize the 10 signs of stroke?
And the IRS is now accepting 2023 tax returns. And for the first time, some filers in 12 states are using a new direct file pilot program offered by the agency to prepare those taxes. Abigail Barrick reports.
It's that time of year.
I don't think anybody likes paying taxes.
I'd love to get my taxes done early. I typically do it at the last minute.
I try to get it out of the way just so I don't have to think about it at April 15th.
The Inflation Reduction Act required the IRS to look at creating a free direct e-filing service to taxpayers.
And then one of the findings in the report itself was that taxpayers who would be more interested in using something like direct file if it allowed them to seamlessly file both their federal and state returns. So one of the things that we are testing in this pilot is the ability to do just that.
The IRS piloting its direct file program in 12 states, and a survey found more than 2/3 of taxpayers would be interested.
I think it'd be great if there was like a direct, you didn't have to go through like a third party, you know, because you're paying it to the government anyways. It makes sense to just like do it through them.
The program offers a step-by-step guide to help taxpayers file their taxes by asking questions about their income and tax situations. If successful, Direct File has the potential to rival other tax filing services.
I kind of wonder about people. Some of these places that do it for you charge exorbitant amounts of money.
By mid-March, the IRS hopes to expand Direct File, opening it to some private sector workers who have certain income and tax situations supported by the tool.
The program is being rolled out in phases and is expected to be more widely available in mid-March. The Direct File pilot program will only be available to eligible participants in 12 states initially. Right now, Nebraska is not one of the states participating in the program. And turning back to weather now, and we were very warm today, making it to the mid-60s. Looks like we are in store for some nice weather for the rest of the week as well. Justin has the forecast when we return.
Does your home have a crawl space? When cold weather arrives, that can mean cold floors, frozen pipes, and higher energy bills. Protect your family and keep the cold air out this winter with Expert Crawl Space Sealing by Blackburn Basement Systems. Sealing keeps your crawl space clean, protects pipes, and insulates your home so floors are warmer and energy bills are lower. A sealed crawl space means a nicer home. Don't wait. Call Blackburn Basement Systems today.
If you or a loved one has mesothelioma or been diagnosed with another asbestos-related cancer, call now. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts have been set aside to pay out claims to asbestos victims. You may be able to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Thousands of hardworking men and women have been diagnosed with mesothelioma because manufacturers put profits ahead of safety. Manufacturers knew the risks of asbestos exposure for years, but knowingly manufactured and sold deadly asbestos-containing materials, putting millions of American workers at risk. These manufacturers have tried to avoid compensating their victims, but the courts have ordered them to set aside an estimated $30 billion in trust money for the victims of asbestos. Call now to see if you are entitled to a portion of the $30 billion. You could receive compensation without filing a lawsuit or going to court.
Call 800-700-4989 now for a free legal consultation. Again, that's 800-700-4989.
The last 6 weeks' frigid temperatures, wind, snow, and road travel caused 9 full days of closings at Bruce Furniture, resulting in a huge overstock at all locations. Only choice: clear this inventory immediately with dramatic price reductions store-wide. Must sell over $960,000 of in-stock furniture and mattresses. Famous brands: Lazy Boy, England, Flex Steel, Ashley, and more. Long-term no-interest financing, free delivery and setup. Through March 3rd, only at Bruce Furniture.
Did you know half of all cats in the United States don't see a vet on a regular basis? Hi, I'm Kat Dennings, and I love cats. Like, really, really love them. Seriously. That's why I'm here to ask you to take your cat to the vet each and every year. I'm working with Royal Canin and Orphan Kitten Club in their program, Mighty Cat, the first grant program in the world to protect and care for newborn kittens. For the Take Your Cat to the Vet initiative, which encourages cat owners across the country to schedule annual vet visits.
Since it's tricky to decode our cat's behavior, it's super important to collaborate with your veterinarian to uncover any potential illnesses and learn the signs that something could be wrong.
As pet owners, it's our responsibility to make sure cats of all ages have a chance to live a full and happy life by providing the care they need and deserve.
Visit orphankittenclub.org/mightycat to learn more.
Welcome back. So we did have a lot of sunshine. Has made our way through the day today. Just a few passing clouds, but temperatures with a nice southwesterly flow in the upper atmosphere really getting up there after reaching highs in the low to mid 60s across the region. We're back down to 53 in North Platte with the sunshine still around. Clear skies make our way into the evening. Dew point at 37 degrees. Other temperatures look like this. So we're into the upper 40s as you make your way out toward Thedford and Lexington. Also upper 40s at Chadron with mid 40s at Gordon and Valentine. But most everybody else between 50 and 53 degrees, including out toward Imperial, Ogallala, Scottsbluff Alliance, and at Sydney. There's your winds, mainly from a northwesterly direction. That's a cool flow, or that's a dry flow for us that does keep us on the mild side. Winds right now between 5 and 15 miles per hour. As for the satellite loop, we have clear skies into central Nebraska, also clear skies into the Panhandle, and you have to make your way just off to the east of the Ord area before you start running into any cloud cover. That's how dry we are. A little bit of a low pressure system up in that direction. Cool air into the northern plains, but high pressure is off to our south, giving us that westerly flow. Eventually this high moves off to the east, and we're going to get more of a southerly flow as this low off the coast will really not affect us. It'll give a lot of rain off the west coast as we stay on the dry side. Here's a look at the skycast. Now, as we make our way through the rest of the evening, temperatures falling back into the low to mid 30s, still mainly clear skies. The clouds and the fog missing us off to the east, and not bad for overnight lows, as most of us will be into the upper 20s. High temperatures as we go through tomorrow, back into the low to mid 60s across the region. More of a westerly wind that is keeping us dry again, with a good amount of sunshine, making it feel even warmer. Going through the overnight into your Wednesday morning, once again starting off in the low to mid 20s, mainly clear skies. More of a southerly wind, as you can see with the red arrows here in central Nebraska. So we will be into the low to mid 60s once again as we stay warm and dry for this time of year. There's that high. It's really going to start to take over as it moves off to our south, westerly, and then eventually a southerly wind as the lows do stay off the coast and give them the moisture. But this weather pattern actually will break as we approach the weekend. Let's take a look at the long-range map. We'll start this on Thursday. One more day that we will have a good amount of sunshine, but that wind flipping around to more of an easterly flow. That's a little cooler and will produce some moisture. We will cloud up as we go through the day on Friday, and by the overnight into Saturday morning, we will have the possibility of some rain starting across the region. Rain could be heavy and steady through Saturday, and tapering off with some snow showers, especially in the Panhandle, as we go through Sunday, but should be gone by Monday. So it does look like a spring system, as we will have rain for most of us on the overnight. Very dry, warm, and sunny as we go through the work week. Cooler air on Friday with snow showers by the end of the weekend, and we'll be back to a nice weather pattern later on. Here's your 7-day forecast into the mid to upper 60s. Next couple of days, upper 50s. Thursday with the rain moving through over the weekend. Low to mid 40s for highs, and then for Monday, partly cloudy, high of 47 degrees. In Scottsbluff, lots of sunshine, mid to upper 60s for tomorrow and for Wednesday, lower 60s Thursday, with rain moving through on Friday afternoon, rain on Saturday, and a rain-snow mix possible in the Panhandle on Sunday. Low near 30 and highs near 40 to round out the weekend. And Monday back to dry pattern, high of 44 degrees. Kent?
A lot of people really wanting to see this mild weather continue.
And it will through the rest of the work week, and we need some moisture, so we'll have that over the weekend.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Justin. Coming up, the teams for state dual wrestling tournaments have been released. We have a preview after the break. Sports is next on News 2.
With Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Don't worry, help is on the way. With any of Life Alert's 3 emergency systems, help can be summoned immediately, and batteries never need charging.
I was having a stroke, and I was scared to death.
If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today. Life Alert is a lifesaver.
My husband is alive because of Life Alert.
Life Alert is the lifesaver to keep me out of assisted living.
Life Alert saves a life every 11 minutes.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-344-6363. That's 1-800-344-6363. Call now. 1-800-344-6363.
Attention families with a loved one in a nursing home. If in the last 2 years your loved one experienced bed sores, falls, broken bones, dehydration, or even death, you may be entitled to a substantial settlement. If you have a loved one who is injured in a nursing home, we will find out what happened. State violations are found against nursing homes every day. You have a limited time to file your claim, so don't wait. Call now and speak with one of our attorneys. The call is confidential and free, or reach us online at nursinghomesettlements.com.
$145 over 92.
180 over 111.
182 over 100. And I had a heart attack and a cardiac arrest. And then a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a heart attack or stroke are far from invisible or silent.
My memory is shot.
When I woke up, I couldn't speak.
I can't button up a shirt. I can't run.
I've had to learn to swallow again.
That's the only moments that I have. And I'm 33, so I never see this coming.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
Had I done this, had I done that, hell, I messed up.
Get back on your plan, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Head to toe, everything's changed. Head to toe.
What's up, Greater Nebraska and Western Nebraska? I'm John Clanton. The postseason in high school wrestling is now underway. And this Saturday, state duels is set for Kearney. Here's a look at the teams competing over the weekend in boys action. Now, here's a look at those teams. Like I said, will be competing Saturday in classes A and B. The top seed in Class A, Millard South. They will open against Norfolk in round number 1. While in Class B, the top seed is Waverly. They will open against York in round 1 Saturday. While the Gering Bulldogs from the Panhandle, they're heading to state. They get a 4 seed and will meet Schuyler. Kozak is a 2 seed, and they will open against Beatrice in round number 1. Meanwhile, in classes C and D for state boys dual action, the top seed in Class C will be Milford. They will open against Battle Creek. Broken Bow will be a 3 seed and take on Central City. Finally, in Class D, the top seed Sutherland. They will open against Plainview on Saturday. The 2 seed in the Class D bracket, Aquinas Catholic. The 2024 Nebraska State Boys Dual Tournaments once again set for this Saturday in Kearney. Meanwhile, high school wrestling on the ladies' side in Nebraska gearing up for sub-district tournaments this week, all looking to move closer to punching tickets into Omaha. Sub-district action gets underway Friday across the state and will continue on Saturday, with the winners moving into district finals. Perkins County and Gothenburg will host most of our local teams in Sub-District 4A and 4B, except for Shadron. For some reason, they're heading to Lincoln in 3B. Go figure. Good luck to all of our local wrestlers on the ladies' side. That's all for sports, news, and one more look at weather coming up after the break.
You never know what's going to happen next. You got this!
AGT Fantasy League, tonight on NBC and Peacock.
You're worried there's a crime here? Could be arson then.
It could also be homicide.
We are so close.
By the time I leave here, it'll be like I waved a magic wand. The Irrational, new tonight on NBC and Peacock.
The best part of the brisket, bacon, beef, and cheddar is definitely one of those things. Arby's, we have the meat.
After school and summer programs powered by school community partnerships are making a big difference in the lives of Nebraska youth, but they only work if we all pitch in. Please support these important expanded learning opportunities in your community.
Yep, the Graf Angus Bulls are waiting for Saturday, February 3rd, 7 miles east of Ogallala, along with warmer weather, green grass, and your cow herd. Bulls are sired by Sits Resilient, the Maternal Bull, Deer Valley Growth Fund, Epicenter 8839 and 9034, the Performance Growth Bulls, GC the Legend, and California Gold for calving ease. Free feeding till delivery in late March. View the bulls on DV Auction. That's Graf Cattle. Chuck at 308-289-5841. GrafCattle.com. Saturday, February 3rd, Ogallala.
After school and summer programs powered by school community partnerships are making a big difference in the lives of Nebraska youth, but they only work if we all pitch in. Please support these important expanded learning opportunities in your community.
And we'll have sunny to mostly sunny skies, mid to upper 60s over the next couple of days, upper 50s on Thursday. And then as we go through Friday, some rain moving through into the evening, temperatures falling into the low to mid 40s over the weekend with a prolonged rain event.
All right, thanks so much, Justin. We want to thank you for watching News 2 at 6. We'll see you back here at 10.
As a little kid, I experienced trauma and I acted out. Made some mistakes, but I'm not a mistake.
No, she's a good student and a great kid. As Jalen's advocate, I'm always here for her.
Lots of times I'm told what I can't do. What's impossible for people like me is enough to make you lose hope, but I am not hopeless.
No way. We're working together to help Gavin see his talents and his future.
We need YAP because the youth
And the communities, they need strong support systems.
YAP is a community-based alternative to youth incarceration, congregate placement, and neighborhood violence. After completing our program, 86% of participants were living in their communities, arrest-free.
I try to help the youth understand if you have a change of mindset, you can have a change of action, and then you can become a different person. It's going to make a big difference on what happens to them in the future.
Youth advocate programs. Others talk social change. We make it happen.
Tonight, Taylor Swift, Super Bowl bound? Why her showing up isn't a guarantee.